Well, good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana weather. It is about 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time here, and it is Thursday, July the 10th. Can you believe that? Already, time is flying, but I have got a great forecast today for you. Got a warm up to talk about, but then I got a really nice cool down to talk about too. A lot to talk about in this brief video today. Today's video update is sponsored by Metal Magic in Washington. You can give Chad a call at 698-8555 for all of your paintless dent repair needs, folks. They are PDR Nation certified. They do an absolutely fantastic job, and we do have the potential for some severe weather coming up again next week, so make sure you note that number and write it down. And of course, tell them that Southern Indiana weather sent you. All right, taking a look at current conditions across the area. Sort of a few high clouds out there, but nothing much. It looks like we're going to have a mostly sunny day, maybe partly cloudy a little bit later on this afternoon. But it's going to be a beautiful day. Temperatures are hovering very nice, 60 for your morning start off here at Washington, 58 in Bloomington, 64 here at the Huntingburg Airport, 68 in Evansville, still kind of a muggy 70 degrees there in Louisville. But overall, we've got a really nice morning shaping up. Now, we got some big changes to talk about in the way. First, I just want to mention the typhoon that's hitting Japan. I haven't really touched on this much, except for a couple of posts on my Facebook site about it, but just to give you an idea, they are hitting a pretty what was at least a major typhoon. A typhoon is just the same thing as a hurricane. It's basically a tropical storm strength now, but still it's going to wreak some havoc on Japan. You can see the track. It's here on the southern part of Japan, but it is going to very quickly exit Japan here over the next 24 hours. Once that does, that will actually start to recurve out to the north, and you know, if I go back in here, let me just sort of take everything off and back some stuff off for you. If I go back out here and we sort of just look at where the location of this is right now, here's where it is right here. Hold on just a second, folks. I'm going to do. Okay, my apologies. I had to turn a tool on so I could draw on this and illustrate for you. But basically, here's where the typhoon is right here. All right. Eventually, this is going to go up like this, but then eventually it will start to recurve back this way and head towards the Bering Sea. When that we call this this is something we call the typhoon rule. But basically, what the typhoon rule is that 6 to 10 days later, we're going to have a decent-sized storm system in the Midwest as a result of this typhoon in Japan. And sometimes it's a little sooner than 6, sometimes it's a little later than 10, but that's just sort of a general rule. In this case, and really about 6 days from now, whenever we see this, is whenever we're going to see something. And let me take you back over here, and you'll see that. All right. Let me go back into here. Let me take you on this real quick. I don't want to make a real long video today, but I'll do a more in-depth one later for you. But I just want to show you this. Here's what we're looking at, the jet stream. Watch this dip south. This isn't the typhoon itself, but what you're going to watch is this right here. What happens in the typhoon rule is that typhoon heads towards the jet stream, and it sort of causes a kink in the jet stream. The energy just sort of gets absorbed. It's not the actual typhoon that you're seeing in the jet stream, but it's the leftover energy that enters the jet stream, and it just throws the whole jet stream all out of whack. Watch this. As I put this into motion, carefully watch this. You see it starts to strengthen into a pretty major low here. This is at least a piece of what we call the polar vortex. Watch how it drops south. When that typhoon comes in here to the area, it sort of forms a ridge over here, and this cold air intrusion. Look at where the winds on this particular are coming from, right over here from the very northern regions of Canada and then down in. And you can see very strong wind energy here along with this as well. We've got 50 and 60 knot winds at times up in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That will create a severe weather threat in the Midwest for some of us. Now, the GFS differs a little bit in its timing from this as far as its intensity, I should say. But this is Tuesday morning early, and really from about Sunday onward, you're going to start to see that here in the Midwest. So here's Sunday afternoon, here's Sunday morning, and you can see the upper Midwest is sort of under the gun on Sunday for this. And then you see this dips down in by Monday, and by Monday we've got those intense winds over northern Indiana starting to dip down here into southern Indiana. So we've got some things that we've got to look out for. Now, because of this, the Storm Prediction Center is already issuing their slight risks. Here's for Saturday. This is in advance of that system. Saturday, it looks to stay well north of the area. We've got that marginal chance for an isolated severe storm. That 5% risk extends far south here as maybe the US 50 corridor. But really, from points north of Indianapolis is where you get the slight risk on Saturday. If you go out into the extended outlook, though, remember from days 4 to 8, they only issue severe weather threats that are greater than that are 30% risks or greater. They are not seeing anything that's a 30% risk or greater. That's not that it won't be an upper end slight risk eventually, but it's so disorganized in the models right now that you have the GFS saying something and you have the Euro saying something, and they're just not agreeing as well right now. We know something's coming, but we've got to fine tune those details, okay? But if you go down into their text, Sunday, Monday, south of cold front and within amplifying upper flow regime, a severe threat, listen to this, a severe threat should exist from the Midwest into the Ohio Valley region, day 4, and the Ohio Valley and northeastern U.S., day 5, with some potential severe also lingering over the Central Plains. Bottom line is they see the potential for severe weather both potentially on Sunday and Monday in the Midwest. The question is, how intense does it get, and where exactly it is. Right now, I say that central and northern Indiana stands the best chance at severe weather out of this, but it looks like one of those iffy type of situations for us here in southern Indiana that we are so familiar with. But it's something that we will keep an eye on, and we'll fine-tune that in coming days. So nothing to get overly worked up about yet, but at the same time, just know that the potential exists early next week, Sunday, Monday, maybe even into Tuesday for a little bit of rough weather, and we'll fine-tune those details in the coming days as they come. All right, let's go to Southern Indiana weather, and we'll take a look at your 7-day forecast. SouthernIndianaWeather.com, I should say, if you want to go to the website. 84 for a high today. You plan your day sort of, if I can find you plan your day here, it sort of looks like this. 84 Jasper, 85 Evansville, 85 Tell City, 82 Columbus. Mostly sunny skies today. Clear and cool tonight down to 61, and then the slow warm-up begins. By Saturday, you've got a 20% chance of some isolated thunderstorms. A little bit better chance, but not that much of a better chance on Sunday. Monday's looks like the big rain event for us, and then strong to severe thunderstorms. I think Monday would be when it's possible for us, if there would be any time. But then after that, take a look at that. Boom. We're down into the 70s for a high on Tuesday and Wednesday, because behind this potentially big system that we've got coming in, as I continue on in that, you see that, look right here where our air is coming from. Here we are in Indiana. Trace it back with the lines, and you see there it comes from northern Canada, even into the polar regions here, down. And so that's going to really hold our temperatures down aloft, and we will struggle. I've been conservative and put these in the mid to upper 70s. Some of the models want to take us to the very low 70s for a high. Again, I haven't wanted to go there just yet, but it's possible that we could break the low. We could not even break out of the low 70s with this. This is a big system moving in. I'll keep an eye on it in coming days and have more videos for you, more posts on Facebook as well, folks. Just know that something big's coming down, and we've got a nice little refreshing change. Don't get too used to the refreshing change, because I do see mid-80s returning within a couple of days after this, but it'll be a nice break. All right, that is it for today's video, folks. Thanks for watching. I'll have another one of these for you tomorrow with Southern Indiana weather. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Have a great day, folks, and stay safe.